Nothing I say is going to top its Terrifics open. So let's just get to the intro.
What's the unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
And while we're expediting things, let's just get to the Duff Bucket. So what do you got for me today, Magic Duff Bucket? A White Russian. White Russian for a white guy. All right, so what we have here is Alligator by Shelley Katz, published by Centipede Press out of Colorado. Centipede sends them in big boxes, and it makes them a little off balance. You know, in case you want to become a professional unboxer like me, you got to be aware that the way they package makes the weight off kilter. It's at the bottom, and then it's tough. But that's just a fun thing that you'll discover. Look at this deluxe. I can make a Baymax out of the bubble wrap here. This is such big bubble wrap. It looks like I have number 331 or Tree 31 if you want to speak in like Chicago. What's nice is that Jared gave me the one that's already pre-ripped shrink wrap because he must know how nervous a man can get around that shrink wrap. I love the attention to the lettering. Alligator, that's a hand-drawn lettering. That's really cool. Shelley Katz, Centipede Press. This is the first time I believe the book has been published in hardcover. I could be wrong. I'm often wrong. Do you want to see the hella cool dust jacket? Now, if you want to see the hella cool dust jacket without words on it, and what's fun is there's two different textures. So this is glossy coated, and this is, I don't know, it's like a matte or a flat finish. More durable, and this is pretty. You know, I don't know. I'm not using words well today. And this is a sharp book when you get it all nude. There's the foil stamping. Alligator, Shelley Katz, again, the same type treatment or title treatment that was on the DJ. Very cool. I love that. Top edge stain. See how that? It's top edge stain. Cool end papers. Look at that. End papers in back are the same. I mean, obviously a reversed image, so the alligator is are like bookends. See, so it says, with a new introduction by the author, the jacket art is by Ruth Sanderson. She also did Powers of Darkness. She's a great artist. Interior art by Bo Miles. And then lettering by Gavin Lees. I've never seen a publisher credit lettering. That's usually a comic book thing, you know? So that's cool. I like to see that attention as it applies to typography and lettering. So what I see here is on the illustration pages, you have one side has a close-up of alligator skin, and the other side has art, graphic art panels, you know, like comic book. And I think that's something that Jared's been toying with. He did it with The Search for Joseph Tully. The images repeat on one side of the illustration is an image that repeats on every page where an illustration appears, and there's a little different technique there because it gets more and more opaque as you go. I'm of a mind where some of this art feels like it tells the story, so I don't know if I want to show it. But here we have part 3. This looks gruesome. This alligator eating people and whatnot. See how it almost tells the story? Now, I don't know what's going on in the book at that point, but I feel like if I show too much, I'm spoiling things. There's a lot of art in here. Feels like Jared really went all in on this title, without giving it that super deluxe treatment, like Something Wicked This Way Comes, or Haunting of Hill House, or Dune. But he's towing the line for sure. There's a bit in here. There's a bear. The dedication to my mother and father. Let's not name any names, but we can put titles up. The new introduction here. Old covers. A rare photo of Shelley Katz, as was mentioned on the product page. Has a Jaws feel to it. Jaws for sure. I know this was, part of the trend at the time of creature books, horror books with creatures that were prominent. So I'm digging it. I'm digging this edition. This is really, really nice. Even for Centipede's already high standards, this is cool. This is really, I'm loving this edition. I'm glad I went for it. Even though it was a little pricier than I was expecting at the time. But, here is the signature sheet. Shelley Katz, Alligator. I have 331. Shelley Katz, Ruth Sanderson, Bo Miles, and Gavin Lee. So it's 4 signatures. I love how the number is printed on the page. Centipede does that. That's a normal feature for a Centipede book. I don't know how he gets away with it. How do you print this? And then if this comes in the mail and it gets stabbed, do you have to then send me a new number? You can't replace that number. And what if that's my number? What if I'm 331? Now, I don't get 331, or I get a copy where it's written in. I feel like I don't know how he does it. I don't know how that gets managed, but I guess you just print a new signature sheet, right? You have signature sheets, they're all signed, and then you just run it through the printer and it throws a 331 on there. I don't know. I'm not doing his business. It's his business. But I like that. I do also like handwritten numbers. As I was taking photos for the end of the unboxing video, I got a good look at that signature sheet, and it is really cool. It is textured. It's almost like alligator skin. I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it's really cool. I tried to take a good picture of it to catch that detail in the texture, but I'm who I am. My photographer skills are not, but I tried. Anyway, I thought it was worth noting. Very cool. If you're on the fence about this book, it's amazing. Very cool addition to my shelves. I passed on Bats Out of Hell to get this one instead of continuing my vintage horror series. I pumped the brakes on that to get this. This is still available. So if you've seen this book and you've seen me, my pupils dilate. It's not like your eyes get wider, but maybe you saw my pupils dilate. Whoa! When I saw this book, and you're like, I want to have that. I want that to happen to me. Why aren't my pupils dilating? Can I please have that effect? Then you can get over and have that effect in your own home, in the privacy of your own home, where you do your things, where you do your unspeakable things. This means privacy of your own home. That's what that means. Because you want this in this. Get this. That would be Beef Daddy's recommendation. Signed copy still available. Great looking book. Jared pumped the hype pedal a little bit on this one, and now I see why. Now, I had a theory, and I emailed Jared about it. I'm like, Shelley Katz, is that a pseudonym for Stephen King? SK, right? And then if you line up Shelley and Stephen, the S and E's are all in the same places. And then Katz and King are both 4-letter names that begin with a K. So I emailed that to Jared. I'm like, can I do this rumor? Can I get out there with this rumor? And he said, no, you cannot get out there with this rumor. Because he said Shelley Katz is the real deal. She's a real living person, and she'd love for you to respect her sovereignty and her right to exist, instead of just saying she's Stephen King. But I gotta say, the timing fits, because I know when Stephen King was Richard Bachman, and I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, Richard doesn't line up with Stephen, and Bachman is long, and it starts with a B, not a K. I understand. But when Stephen King created Richard Bachman, he wanted to see if his success was a fluke. Did he maybe want to see if there's misogyny in publishing, and he created Shelley Katz to see if his books would sell as a female author? I mean, is it entirely possible? I mean, it's a fun conspiracy theory. You can give me that, even though Jared shot it down. I gotta say, Jared shot that down. So don't let any of this fallout hit Jared. But if Shelley Katz is Stephen King and Jared is protecting Stephen King, then you heard it here first. See, now that's awful. If you're Shelley Katz and you're watching this, you're thinking, really? I write a book and you're still going to give it to a white man? Really? Really? Jerk? And I could see how that'd be offensive. So apologies to everyone, including you, for watching me conspire to create conspiracy. I apologize to you. So why did I leave it in the video? Why didn't I edit that part out? I'm a jerk. So go buy Alligator by Shelley Katz from Centipede Press and enjoy your dilation. More books to come, of course. There's always more books, right? But until then, have a book, have a beverage, and stay frosty.